And welcome to the Nasboys Sports Podcast. Now, did you know that Mike Tyson would knock his training partners out as soon as possible so he could get home in time to catch Tom and Jerry? So, anyways, guys, welcome to the Nasboys Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, aka Mike Five Fan 101, with my good friend and co-host Cam, aka Noticed_Cam.
Howdy, y'all.
So let's get down to talking about some sports. We're going to kick things off with the NFL. First, we're going to do the news, and then we're going to talk about like all the playoff predictions and the award predictions, stuff like that. So we're going to start off with Michael Gallup has torn his ACL and is out for the season. Not good for the Cowboys, especially since they're in a playoff spot right now. But they still got some good receivers, so I think they'll do just fine.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt the Cowboys a little bit, but I think that they still have a bunch of options out there, and they'll be good.
Raiders QB or cornerback, geez, I can't talk. Or should I say the Criminals cornerback Nate Hobbs was arrested with one count of a misdemeanor DUI. What is with all these Raiders players getting into trouble?
Yeah, like a bunch of driving incidents too. That's the worst part.
Yeah, the Las Vegas Criminals.
Yep.
Antonio Brown says the Bucs wanted him to go back into the game, even though he felt like his ankle wasn't 100%, and the Bucs just told him, "Well, if you're not going to play, get out." And yo, guys, I also forgot to mention that he went to a Nets game, and he was apparently walking fine. And the night before the stunt, he actually slept with an OnlyFans model. So yeah, very embarrassing. And apparently that's what he did. I'm not too sure about this because I mean Brown is a little bit loony because he might have CTE and that really sucks for him. But I want to see proof of his MRI if he's got proof of it. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I will say, he also did like throw everything on the field, and he was still doing like his like a jumping jack, kind of like side jumping jack thing. That's like been a meme everywhere.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's a little not trustable. We'll see what happens.
I mean,
but I definitely think he needs to get his brain checked out for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I saw an argument because they said like his adrenaline was causing him to do that. So I don't know. I mean, it somewhat makes sense because when you're on adrenaline, like I've heard like horror stories, like when you're on adrenaline, you break your leg, you just run. You only realize.
So it's almost like fighters. They don't realize their leg's broken when they kick it until after they see it.
Exactly. So that makes sense, but I just want to see like a proof of like he's MRI and that's what's wrong with his ankle. So yeah. Titans defensive end Bud Dupree was cited by the police for a misdemeanor assault after he attacked a Walgreens employee. I don't really know what to say about this. That's pretty bad. Bad for the Titans as well, since they're also going to the playoffs. I believe they're the number 1 seed right now. So yeah, just very bad.
A Walgreens employee, man. You did all this over a Walgreens employee. Bro, come on.
Oh, if you think that's bad, Jaguars GM wants Bill O'Brien to be the next coach.
That was a nice playoff, Mike.
They gave him an interview, and then another team, I can't remember which team, but there was Panthers. The Panthers wanted to interview him and Jay Gruden for offensive coordinator. So, I mean, Bill O'Brien is a decent coach. He helped the Texans get to the playoffs, especially with Deshaun Watson. He just was a terrible GM.
Yeah. I also kind of heard about maybe, which is our next thing that we're going to talk about, but Jim Harbaugh going to the Jags.
I've heard Criminals.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of talks between him going to like the Jags and this. I mean, I don't know. All I know though is there's going to be a bunch of chances because I know the Vikings have definitely talked about Mike Zimmerman not being the coach next year, and usually when they kind of publicly come out with that, I mean, it's basically saying he's probably not.
Right, and same with Joe Judge. Joe Judge might be out too. I think that's a good move because the Giants fans don't seem happy with him.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big old head coach silly season coming after the season for
Yeah,
sure.
the Bears gotta get rid of Nagy too.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened to the Bears. They're like they're like a bipolar team in my opinion. Half good, half bad.
Right, I agree. Let's see. We got the draft order. Let's see. The Jaguars got the first pick right now. I'm not sure the rest of the order, but I do know the Jaguars. So
Oh, Jags having the first pick. I mean, I'm not
again,
surprised for that, but like, man, they've just had a depressing couple of years.
yeah, they have. Ever since they were gonna beat the Patriots for that one AFC final, they've just been downhill.
Hey,
So
they were good that one 2017 season.
they
So
were. They were. You're right. I wanted them to beat the Patriots so bad, as did a lot of people, actually.
yeah, well, it's because it's the Patriots.
Well, yeah, it was good times, man. I remember those times.
Yep.
The Washington football team re-signs left tackle Charles Leno to a 3-year, $37.5 million deal. Not a bad move for my Washington team. Their name is coming out soon. So I hope that the name will not be as bad as the football team. I've been seeing Commanders, Admirals, Red Tails, and Red Hogs flying around. So I personally I want Commanders because it fits with the DC theme and it doesn't sound really stupid.
Well, like, would they keep the red and yellow, or like would they
Yeah,
change
they're
the color?
keeping the burgundy and gold, of course.
Okay, that's good. At least they're keeping that. I'm just saying, it ain't the Washington, whatever you want to call them, after this season without red and yellow. Uh,
Agreed.
I just think it'd be horrible to change it to something new.
Agreed. They're adding a black alternate too, which I'm really excited to see.
Ooh, look at all black alternate.
Yeah,
Ooh.
like
Oh, the helmet probably won't be black though. That's gonna be upsetting.
nah, the helmet's black
Oh, is it really? Ooh, ooh,
unless it
that's
was
gonna look
just
nice.
like not a painted helmet. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The NFL is exploring other options for the Super Bowl due to COVID outbreak or restrictions. It's supposed to be held at the Rams Stadium, and obviously there's a lot of like COVID stuff going on in Los Angeles, so they were thinking about moving it to AT&T Stadium in Dallas. I wouldn't mind seeing it there. That's a nice stadium, but so is the Rams Stadium. So I
I
don't
think
really
they
know what
need
to
to
say
hold
about
it.
that.
I think they need to hold it at the Vikings Stadium. Not because I'm a Vikings fan. It's just the Vikings have a very nice stadium.
They do have a nice stadium, but I don't think it fits their criteria. Even though they did hold it at that stadium one year when it first opened.
And I think it did fine. I don't know. I just think it's a nice stadium. But
I think it's
yeah.
mostly like not disrespecting the stadium, but more so like the NFL wants a big market. They want a place where it's going to be a warm game, and Dallas has that. Los Angeles has that.
And they also want like a lot of like big time crowds. So like big cities, like well known cities, like
Yeah.
Las Vegas. The Raiders definitely could host one.
Oh, they're hosting one probably in 2024, I believe.
Okay, see, that makes sense.
Yeah, the Raiders Stadium is really, really cool. It fits them well.
Well, they have like a whole party deck on it.
Yeah, that's pretty much becoming standard with a lot of stadiums.
Yeah.
But Calvin Ridley's future with the Falcons could be in jeopardy as both sides are looking for a fresh start. That's two big wide receivers lost for the Falcons if they lose Ridley, so they might have to go rebuild around Matt Ryan, who's aging, and Pitts.
Well, Matt Ryan's getting old. I don't know. I mean, he's getting up there for sure. I like Matt Ryan a lot though. I don't know. I just want to say Matt Ryan's always been one of those quarterbacks that you've been able to see adapt to whatever the playing system is. So like this year, he's actually kind of learned to scramble a little bit. It's a little scary.
Right.
But I don't know. The Falcons have like really fallen down for sure.
For sure, yeah. Ever since 28-3.
Oh, low blow, Mike.
Not like everybody's heard it 100 times.
True.
But Micah Parsons and Justin Fields were added to the COVID list. Not great, but they'll probably be back. Bears are probably out, I think, and Micah Parsons still be back for the Cowboys when they come back for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Broncos placed quarterback Teddy Bridgewater to IR with a concussion. Interesting, but they're also out too, so I don't really know what to say about that.
I will say Teddy Bridgewater has had a lot of head injuries in his career.
Right.
I wonder if CTE is going to be a big deal for him.
Yeah, and Jordan Reed too. He's got a lot of concussions.
Oh yeah, Jordan Reed's pretty bad. Didn't Luke Luke Kuechly, or how you say his last name? I can't remember. Kuechly, yeah, his weird last name. And did he leave because of like brain injuries or whatever? I thought.
I think so. I'm not entirely sure. I have to ask Christian about that. Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield may request a trade this offseason due to unhappiness with the offensive play calling. I think that's a good move because Baker had a pretty down year. Obviously, he made Odell Beckham mad, and ever since Odell left, he hasn't really been the same quarterback. And Baker wasn't too bad of a quarterback last year, but I'm not sure with the change of the offensive play calling. So maybe this will be a good move for him.
You know where I think he could go? That would maybe take him, like, I don't know, like, it's not the best team, but if you want to rebuild a team and start off with a decent quarterback and get maybe some better wide receiver options, go to the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing fine with Wentz, though, even though they just lost today to the Jaguars. Like, what? The 2-14 Jaguars, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, well, then again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a Carson Wentz hater, but Carson Wentz makes like the worst decisions ever when it comes to football IQ.
Yeah.
I just don't get it sometimes, but that's besides the point.
And then finally, for the news, Texans sign running back Rex Burkhead to a contract extension. So I don't know anything about the Texans because they suck, so I have no opinion on
that. Yeah, me neither.
Oh yeah, by the way, here's more news. Panthers could listen to trade offers for Christian McGlassfrey, and the Dolphins still want Deshaun Watson. Panthers trading McCaffrey. This is both a good and a bad move because obviously he is a good running back when he actually is playing, but due to his massive amounts of injury, that is a great move.
I will say though, they've kind of built their whole offense around Christian. So the fact that they give him away is just going to make them horrible the next season. I imagine that next season's going to be kind of a downhill pace for the Panthers than it already is. And so maybe they'll rebuild or some way. I don't know. We'll see.
They should rebuild though.
Oh yeah.
And Dolphins wanting Deshaun Watson, that's not surprising at all.
Yeah, no, that's still been there since in the beginning of the season, so it's no surprise.
The Texans are looking to trade him by, I think, March 16th, so we'll see what happens with that.
Now, is this case still going on, or is it officially over?
I'm not entirely sure on it.
It's so stupid.
Right.
Like his return is going to be as big as Klay Thompson's return was tonight.
Yeah, Klay Thompson came back. I'll have his stats in just a little bit. But let's talk about the NFL playoffs. Obviously, they're going on right now. Or not going on right now. Today was the last week of the regular season. And the playoffs are about to start. This season went by really fast. So we are going to predict some of the games right now. Most of the matchups at the time of recording this, which is Sunday, most of the matchups are set except in the bubble teams. So the teams right now are in the AFC, we got the Titans getting the bye with the number 1 seed. And then number 2, we got the Chiefs versus number 7, the Steelers or the Raiders. Then we got the Bills and the Chargers or the Patriots. Bengals versus the Patriots or the Raiders. So, yeah, basically, I'm not entirely sure where each of these teams are going to be seated. So we will probably have to predict as I see it on this article here.
Well, so I know one of the playoff games that are going on right now. That's a really big game is the Chargers and Raiders, and
Yeah.
whoever wins this game is going to the playoffs. And right now, the Chargers are winning 14-10 at half. A minute and 52 seconds left to go, so it's a close game. I'm just saying though, if Raiders pull this off, that's a big dub for them. Very big.
Yeah, so let's get started with some of the predictions. So number 2, Kansas City versus number 7, Pittsburgh or Las Vegas. I think they're going to be facing off against Pittsburgh. So, and either way, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. The Chiefs have
Chiefs.
just rebounded so much, and the Steelers are just no match for them.
Well, if it's the Steelers, Chiefs are definitely winning. I mean, no offense, Steelers fans out there, but they got a better team. Now, some people are going to call me crazy for this, but I actually think if the Raiders and Chiefs played, I'm going Raiders. Raiders have defeated the Chiefs more than once when the Chiefs were at a very cockiness. When they were at the all-time best, they were. Raiders were the only team to beat them. So I feel like Raiders could do it again.
That is a good point, Cam.
Yeah.
We got Buffalo Bills versus Los Angeles Chargers or New England Patriots. I think most likely they're going to play the Patriots. So this is a tough matchup because if the Bills really are playing the Patriots, this would be an interesting series because I think they went 1-1 on the series. So I don't know. I'm going to go with Buffalo because I think Buffalo is the better team, but I wouldn't be surprised if New England pulls it out. And if they do play the Chargers, then I'm going to go Buffalo.
I think Patriots would win against the Chargers, but if it's the Chargers and Patriots against the Bills, my bad. But if it's the Chargers against the Bills, I'm going Bills all day.
And then we got the Bengals versus the Patriots or the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I mean, I didn't even think the Bengals were going to make it this far, so respect to them. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have been an unstoppable duo. I think the Bengals could go far this year.
Bengals are going to easily beat both teams, in my opinion, no matter what. They've just been unstoppable. And with the way they're heading, I just don't imagine they're going to be stopped by either of those teams.
And then in the NFC, we got the Packers who get the bye, and then the Buccaneers versus the Eagles. This one's actually confirmed. And then the only team on the bubble right now is the Saints, and I believe they beat Atlanta. I'll get to the scores in a little bit. For Tampa, obviously, I got to go Tampa.
Yeah, same.
And then Dallas versus the 49ers. Or are they playing Arizona? I'm not entirely sure who they're playing. But Dallas, if they're playing San Francisco, which is most likely, Dallas is the 3 seed and San Francisco is the 6 seed. I'm going to go ahead and say Dallas.
Wow, you're going to take Dallas? I'm taking – man, that's tough.
Dallas is a solid team, dude. They are a
they're
great
a solid team. But, at the same time, I don't know. I just seen the 49ers pull out an amazing – ooh, that is tough for me. I'm going Dallas. I got to go Dallas. You're out.
Yeah.
I think Dallas is the team. But I wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers put up a fight.
And then the Rams and the Cardinals, this might be a tough one. I'm not sure who's really the better team. I'm going to go with the Rams. Cardinals have been on a little bit of a slump.
I'm going Cardinals. Cardinals know when to pick it up, and I think they know, especially with their coach that they have, they know when to be serious and when it's a big game. And I feel like when it's one of those big games that they haven't failed yet.
Right. I agree with you. So let's take a look at the scores for today. We got the Chiefs beating the Broncos 28-24 on Saturday, why did they call it Monday Night Football? If you watch the game, they had all the Monday Night Football branding, and it was on Saturday. What?
Oh, dude, when I saw that game, I'm not going to lie, I really thought it was Sunday. And I didn't see the Monday. I was like, oh, my God. I didn't even see the Monday part. I just came downstairs, and I saw it was Sunday, and I was like, oh, no. Are you serious? I was like, is it already Sunday? I got to go back to school tomorrow? But no, it's not that bad.
Cowboys kill the Eagles 51-26. Browns beat the Bengals 21-16. And then the Lions upset the Packers 37-30. They did not have Rodgers playing. I think they had Jordan Love.
Yeah.
And then Cam, your Vikings defeat the Bears 31-17.
Yeah, that was nice, man.
Jaguars upset the Colts 26-11, and that kills the Colts' playoff hopes.
Yep.
And it helps the Steelers, who beat the Ravens 16-13 in overtime. That was a crazy game.
That was a crazy game.
Titans beat the Texans 28-25. Not sure why they're beating the Texans by 3 points and the number 1 seed, but all right, unless they're just trying to take it easy. But yeah. Saints beat the Falcons 30-20, so that should help them. Bills beat the Jets 27-10. 49ers beat the Rams 27-24. Not bad. Dolphins beat the Patriots 33-24. Seahawks beat the Cardinals 38-30. And the Buccaneers killed the Panthers 41-17.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Just let me make sure I'm right real quick. Hold on. Let's not forget that the Lions beat the Packers 37-30.
Yeah.
I just like to say, ha ha, Packers fans, ha.
I don't know, dude. Packers could go to the Super Bowl, so I wouldn't say that, but they could choke too. You never know what will happen with the Packers.
No. I'm just mad because the Packers fans were clowning on the Vikings for losing to the Lions, but look what just happened. And we lost to the Vikings by a field goal. You guys lost by a touchdown.
Valid point. All right. So for the award predictions, my award picks are for MVP Tom Brady. I mean, he is the GOAT, basically. He's beating Aaron Rodgers in all but one stat category. So Tom Brady's the clear favorite, in my opinion.
Yeah. I also thought Tom Brady.
And then Offensive Player of the Year, I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor. I know a lot of people are saying Cooper Kupp, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jonathan Taylor won it, so I decided to be different.
Yeah, no, I'm one of those players. I got Cooper Kupp going for Offensive Player of the Year.
Not a bad pick. Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt. I think he tied the sack record today, so that's enough. Good enough for me.
See, I'm a little different personally. I'm going Myles Garrett.
All right, not bad.
Some people would be like, "What?" But Myles Garrett, if you look at his stats, he's actually done pretty good.
Right, Myles Garrett was my original pick, and then I decided to switch it to Watt.
It's just his explosiveness. Myles Garrett has that old 90s, 80s explosiveness.
That's true. That is very true. Comeback Player of the Year. This is tough because either player could win this, but I'm going to go with Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I'm agree with that. Yeah, Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott has strong, what do you call it? Like a strong surge, and then now Burrow, he's doing really good. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got Dak Prescott.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamar Chase, easily.
Jamar Chase. There's not even a chance with anybody else.
The only other player that I think would have a shot, Mac Jones. But other than that, it's Jamar Chase all day.
Mac, yeah, I can see that, but no, it's Jamar. He's just a beast.
If they pick Mac Jones, it's BS. It's clearly Jamar Chase. And I remember thinking that he was going to be a bust because he said the ball was too big.
Yeah.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Micah Parsons, easily.
Yep. Same.
Coach of the Year, this is a little tough. I'm going to go Bill Belichick because he helped improve the Patriots by getting a lot of decent signings and plus drafting Mac Jones.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bill too because, Bill just kind of proved that he doesn't need Tom Brady to make a good team.
Right.
And I just think the Patriots defense is one of a kind, in my opinion.
Right. And then finally, most improved player, Jonathan Taylor. Nobody expected his surgence of being the best running back since Derrick Henry. So that Jonathan Taylor easily.
Yeah, agreed.
And yeah, that's going to conclude football. So moving on to the MLB.
The MLB network has cut ties with quotation marks with longtime insider Ken Rosenthal, which is believed to be due to his previous criticism of MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. Basically, Rob Manfred showing his ignorance and showing how bad he is with what's happening and how he basically called it all and called it out when it was going to happen, and he was right. So
Yeah, I agree with that. I obviously it's stupid to cut ties with somebody. I'm not sure what the criticism was, but if your league is having a lockout, you deserve to be criticized, especially if it's a money thing.
He kind of went off script and basically just went off on Rob and how he's ruining the league and how basically what was going to happen, which did happen, is if he doesn't figure out his crap, the Players Association is not going to be happy.
He's not wrong though. Maybe he shouldn't have said that on TV because obviously he's going to get fired, but not wrong.
No, it was good of him to call out. I'm sure Manfred will probably get him back because knowing them, they'll figure out a way. But maybe he won't. I mean, we'll just see. In other news, ESPN is reportedly considering a broadcast for Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, that would be similar to Monday Night Football's Manning cast, which I don't want. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want it. I don't like A-Rod. I mean, I think he's a good baseball player, but he's also a scumbag in my opinion, and I feel like there's plenty of other people that could be great for that job.
Right. Derek Jeter is someone I could think of if you want to go Yankees. I mean, David Ortiz maybe.
Yeah, David Ortiz would be great. Or like Pedro Martinez.
Yeah.
Pedro Martinez would also be great for me. I mean, I just think that Pedro would be really my ideal, picture of who I'd rather want besides A-Rod. Because, I mean, A-Rod is just kind of a notorious, or you know what, just being a jerk. In other news, the lockout between the MLB and the Players Association has reportedly blocked the Angels from signing Adam Eaton to their coaching staff. So, I mean, if you guys don't know, when the lockout happens, it takes out everything. You can't really make big time moves. And it's kind of like everything is put on pause completely. There's not like anything you can do. You can have maybe talks behind the scene, but it's not like it can get you anywhere.
Right, that's basically it.
Brewers reliever Devin Williams regrets missing the 2021 season because of his drunken broken hand incident last September. The only reason I'm putting this up here is because the media was making him to be like a bad guy. And his apology, he was basically just saying how upset and how much he regretted it and all this. And I mean, this is during the lockout, which means it's not like he'd have playing time or anything like this. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like showing him being the bigger person. So that was nice to see. The New York Yankees have reportedly considered Oakland third baseman Matt Chapman as a potential shortstop option. They'll put him in as shortstop, Yankees. He's a legend at third base, and I just feel like it'd be stupid to put him there. Whit Merrifield says the CBA negotiations to this point have been one-sided due to ownership groups being inflexible and reluctant to engage. Which basically what he's saying is baseball players want to play. They do, but they're not going to get stomped all over. And, it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon until the league isn't ignorant and they just try to make it out. And I guess right now it's kind of been on the league side more than it is theirs, and it's kind of just crappy. The Oakland A's hired former Tigers and Angels manager Brad, I'm gonna murder this guy's last name, Osmus, to be their next bench coach. Joining recently hired manager Mark Kotze's coaching staff, which this was before the lockout. But sometimes you have this stuff that happens before anything. And that's really it. That's all I have for baseball.
Okay, so now moving on to the NBA. Warriors guard Klay Thompson has returned. Taking a look at his stats so far tonight. In 9 minutes, he has 7 points, 3 for 9 from the field, no rebounds, no assists. I heard his shot was a little bit off, so obviously he's got to, fix that a little bit. It's his first game, so I won't give him too much of a hard time, but good to see Klay Thompson back.
Yeah, it's very nice to see Klay back. I mean, it's his first game in what, like 2 years, 3?
Yeah, since John Moran and Zion Williamson weren't even in the league. Anthony Davis was on the Pelicans, I think. Paul George and Russell Westbrook, they were still on the Thunder. John Wall was still on the Wizards. Jimmy Butler was on the Sixers. Oh my God, there was so much.
Of the Lakers wasn't created yet, so basically that's big enough. I mean,
right.
LeBron James was he on the Lakers?
Yeah, he was on the Lakers, I think.
Wow, it feels like so long.
Kuzma was on the Lakers too, I think, and Ball.
Yeah, it feels like such a long time. Oh yeah, you're right. I remember that now.
And Kobe was still alive. Jeez, man. Yeah, COVID was barely a thing.
It was probably honestly it was like probably a little before Rudy Gobert did that crappy mic spread thing. On the table of COVID. I hate you, Ruby.
Rudy ruined everybody's lives. Which, speaking of Rudy, him and Mike Budenholzer have entered the COVID protocol. I saw a comment on Instagram saying that because Rudy got it and Rudy, once all that happened, the world shut down. So maybe the world will get back to normal soon. We'll see.
Bull.
I know it is bull, but I just felt like saying it because why not?
Yeah.
The Lakers have explored trading Russell Westbrook. That's not bad because, I mean, as much as I don't like LeBron James because I don't like how he whines about things, he's been really the main guy for the Lakers. He's had a bunch of near 40-point games. He's really the only one doing all the work. Anthony Davis, or A. Disney, as some people like to call him, and Westbrook, or Westbrook as people like to call him, they haven't been helping out that much. It's mostly been Braun, and I don't know, maybe the Lakers need a change because, you can't have all these guys, and Russell is definitely not like he was during the second half when he was on the Wizards.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, but wait, where would you think Russell would go?
That's a good question. I don't really know any. I mean, I'm sure some team is going to want him, but I don't really know any mocks for him.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see where he goes.
Yeah, if they even trade him, that is. We'll see. Wizards commentator Glenn Consor has been criticized due to a comment he made about Kevin Porter Jr.'s game winner, saying that, quote, he pulled the trigger just like his dad because he thought a former basketball player with the same name was his dad.
And you got to give credit. Kevin Porter Jr., like his dad, pulled that trigger right at the right time.
The criticism came because his actual dad shot someone. I watched this game like I watch pretty much all the Wizards games, and I thought he meant that his dad was a basketball player, and I didn't think anything of it until I saw that all over Instagram. But Consort came out and he apologized, and he was like, I didn't realize, I'm sorry, I talked to Kevin, or I want to try to talk to Kevin to sort it out, but I'm very sorry. And LeBron James, this is basically why I don't like him, was criticizing Glenn Consort with.
I don't want to hear that excuse. Could he have made a mistake? Absolutely. But in our job, in our field, as professionals, we are in a professional league. You got to do your due diligence and do your job all the way to the point where, why did he even say that at the end of that game anyways, those words? So I'm not taking back nothing I said. Nothing at all.
Without getting the full context and saying that he should be fired. And I don't think he should be fired, and he's not fired right now. I just heard him on the radio a couple nights ago. So I think it's just a misunderstanding.
I will say too is when you hear him say it, it's not like he even cracked a joke, or you could tell he wasn't like smirking and evilness. It was just he said it, and it's like he just sounded so dead faced. It kind of was like he was trying to say something else.
Right.
You know, I'm sure even if I was a commentator, I'd have mishaps like that for sure too. I mean, I hate to say this, but I wish people would realize that commentators are just normal people like us, and they have mistakes.
Agreed.
Sometimes you see some of these commentators for games get like criticized on so much, and it's like they're not the people that know the history books about the game. They just know a lot, and they probably played a lot, and they just go off what they know, and that's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
And this kind of just shows that there's not a script.
Right. And Consort was saying it because, for those of you guys who are not basketball fans, pull the trigger means you're shooting a shot from 3. It doesn't yes, it does mean you're shooting a gun, but in basketball terms, which is what it should be, it means you're taking a 3-pointer.
It's like saying he's got ice in his veins.
Exactly. It's
Does
a
he really have
common
ice in his
basketball
veins?
term.
Does he have ice in his veins? No. But it's just a term that they use.
Exactly. The Milwaukee Bucks waive center DeMarcus Cousins. The Denver Nuggets sign him. Jadion is probably upset about that, but at least he's on a team.
Yeah.
I don't know why DeMarcus Cousins keeps bouncing from team to team. He's not a bad player.
No, he's not. He's useful.
Yusuf Nurkic and Tyler Hero had a scuffle.
When you stay up late with us, we always hope you get rewarded with your team winning. Oh, look out! Nurkic just threw a punch at Tyler Hero.
Basically, Hero was mad about a screen, and it wasn't even a bad screen. It was a pretty solid screen. So Hero needs
Oh
to
my God.
not
Nurkic.
be a little baby.
Nurkic will kill Hero.
He punched him. He basically won that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Nurkic.
Houston Rockets assistant Gerald Green is unretiring and planning to sign with the G League. That's interesting, I guess. Maybe he's trying to get one of those 10 days. And the Atlanta Hawks have emerged as a potential suitor for Ben Simmons. We just heard this with Portland like 2 weeks ago. Just trade the man already.
God, I mean, at this point, he might as well just go into a free agent. Like, please, somebody do something. My God, like I feel like the NBA needs to just step in at this point.
I agree.
Let the man go.
All right, guys. So while I was editing this video, I realized that we did not cover the standings in the NBA or the award winners, or leaders, I should say. So here are the Eastern Conference standings. Chicago is number 1 in the East, with Brooklyn being number 2. Then you got Miami, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and Cleveland. And those are the last with guaranteed playoff spots. Then with the play-in tournament, you got Charlotte, Toronto, Washington, Boston. And then out of the playoffs, New York, Atlanta, Indiana, Detroit, and Orlando. And then out west, we got Phoenix number 1, then Golden State, then Utah, Memphis, Dallas, Denver, and then the play-in the West, Lakers, Clippers, Timberwolves, Trailblazers, and then out of the playoffs, San Antonio Spurs, Sacramento Kings, Pelicans, Thunder, and Rockets. All right, guys, so now it is time to check out the stat leaders. So minutes per game, Fred VanVleet is leading with 37.7. Then offensive rebounds per game, Steven Adams is leading with 4.3. Defensive rebounds, Rudy Gobert is leading with 11.5. Overall rebounds is also Rudy Gobert. He has 15.1 rebounds. Then with assists, that is Chris Paul. He has 10.1 assists. And then steals per game, that is DeJounte Murray. He has 2.1 steals. And then blocks per game is Miles Turner. he has 2.9. Then turnovers, that is James Harden. He has 4.8. And then efficiency, Nikola Jokic, his efficiency rating is a 37.3. And then the scoring leader is Kevin Durant. He averages 29.8 points a game. Right.
We have some college football news. Not really. It's just one major thing, which is the championship is tomorrow, and it's against Alabama and Georgia, which we've seen these two teams face off recently-ish before the playoffs. And
SEC championship.
Yep, and Bama beat them.
Right.
So obviously my prediction is going to be Bama again, sadly. But
Well, here's the thing. They've split the season series. Their first matchup, Georgia won. Then the second matchup, SEC championship, Georgia's defense did not come out to play. They really were not good and no match for Alabama's offense. Bama killed them. This third matchup, I want it to be a great game. I just want to see a great national championship game. There hasn't really been too many that I can really remember unless I am being really stupid. So I'm going to go Bama. I think Bama is going to win, but I just want to see a great game and these teams to reach both teams to have their full potential and to be on their A game.
Oh, yeah. I am definitely rooting for Georgia, though. And I'd like to say one of the better national championship games I remember was Oregon versus Ohio State.
Right.
That was a pretty good game. But that's not just because I'm an Oregon fan. It's not. It was a good game. Oregon even got their butts whooped, but it was a good game.
Oh, and also Auburn picks up Zach Calzada. That's a pretty solid pickup for them. They lost Bo Nix to the transfer portal. So nice to see Zach Calzada getting a shot. I remember watching him in that Texas A&M game. So, yeah.
Yeah. Last thing I'd like to say. Jackson State, man. The D1 prospects they're getting right now is insane.
Really?
Oh, I just can't make it up. And it's like a community college, right?
Right. Interesting.
So, I don't know. They just got a lot of them. It's because was it Deion Sanders that's coaching them?
Yeah.
Deion Sanders is bringing all these prospects. I mean, these guys were some of these guys were coming to like Florida State, Bama, Michigan. I mean, like some of these like super big schools, Georgia, and now they're all going to like a community college. It's just kind of funny. But hey, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really the best move for these guys, but Deion Sanders, obviously, he's great. So, yeah.
I don't think it is either.
There were so many. So, for college basketball, there were so many upsets this past week. Starting out, Indiana beats 13 Ohio State 67-51.
Wow.
Indiana is unranked. And then we got unranked Missouri beating number 15 Alabama for their fourth upset loss of the year, 92-86. Bama's got to do something.
Yeah.
And then
Bama's been in trouble.
Yep. And then we got San Diego State killing number 20 Colorado State 79-49. Ouch. And then we got unranked Oklahoma beating number 11 Iowa State 79-66.
Yeah.
And then we got number 21 LSU beating number 18 Tennessee 79-67. And then finally we got unranked Miami upsetting number 2 Duke 76-74. Dang, that's a nail-biting game.
I saw that game.
All right, so now let's get into the top 10 plays of the week. So as I was reading the upsets, I'm so mad at myself for not putting this in. So I'm going to put this in as an honorable mention. We got this bounce pass catch for Devonta Smith I think it bounced off of the defender's hand and right into his hands. I'm so mad at myself for missing this play. Here it is on the screen.
Good pocket. Minshew loads and fires, and it's deflected and caught.
But, yeah, coming in at number 10, it is Damian Dunn, 2 game winners, 2 games in a row.
Dunn wants it for the big play. He's got it. 4 seconds. 3, 2, for the win. Yes! At the buzzer! 2 games in a row. Damian Dunn with the ball in his hands knocks down the tray. And
get the nice. Williams off the kick. It's Dunn for 3. He's got it! And Temple has the lead with 5 seconds to play. Once again, try.
And at number 9, Jarek, Mechanic, shifty spin for the touchdown.
Mahomes gets it to McKinnon, who's got a lot of space. And spins free. Eludes another tackler and barrels into the end zone. Jerick McKinnon, the veteran out of Georgia Southern, gives Kansas City the lead.
In at number 8, Cam McCarr, filthy goal.
up to McCarr. McCarr holds in the corner and now along the half court. Oh, beautiful wheel around move. McCarr shoots and scores!
Kevin Porter Jr., game winner.
Milking the clock, isoing up top. Now working on Neto. He'll dance, he'll step, he'll shoot, and he hits it at the buzzer. No time left, and the Rockets have won the game.
In at number 6, oh, by the way, for number 7, Payne. In at number 6, Isaiah Mosley, game winner.
Hangs can't hit. Rebound loose. Who's got it? Track down Mosley. 3 seconds. Mosley steps back for the win. He's got it. Oh, man. Isaiah Mosley buries it at the buzzer. And Missouri State wins this one in Peoria tonight. What a shot.
And at number 5, Nick Bolton, fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Gordon could not have been and lost the ball. Gordon fumbles, and it's picked up. Nick Bolton, the former Missouri Tiger, with a game-changing play. A scoop and score. Melvin Ingram knocked the ball loose from Melvin Gordon, and the Chiefs have the lead, and this crowd is stunned.
And at number 4, Nick Chubb, nasty stiff arm.
Try the left side. Good forearm there.
I seen that, man. Made that guy kiss grass. At number 3, Najee Harris, stiff arm and hurdle. That was payback.
In their game, it was pretty funny. Najee Harris, speaking of Franco Harris, and a big stiff arm on MJ Stewart. Go ahead.
Yeah, comment down below. Comment down below which stiff arm was better. I think Najee's was better, or Najee.
Yeah, I disagree. I think Nick Chubb's had a better one. I mean, it was just so nasty the way his whole body picked him up.
Yeah, comment down below which one was better in your opinion. In at number 2, insane leaping dunk. It was very insane, and he just like hopped over the guy.
God. Oh my God.
Yep. And at number 1, RJ Barrett, game winner while falling and nearly getting fouled.
Finds Barrett. Get a shot up. This is for the win. Oh! It's good! Off the window! RJ Barrett wins it for the Knicks!
Insane game winner of the year so far. But yeah, that's going to close out today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
You want me calling now, you wanted what I think.